Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry I'm late. I had some technical difficulties in this Facebook live broadcast. I've never done a Facebook live before, and now we're having issues, and I don't know where people went. I think they went to the events page. But anyway, I hope you'll get to see this on replay instead. I'll link you up and make sure that you see the replay instead. But I'll sort it out next time. I'll be sure that I'll come prepared and know how to run Facebook Lives next time. But I hope that you'll get to see this on replay. And today is really about teaching you some of the secrets that I have on how I wrote and self published my books, even when I had a full time job and a busy family life. Now, when I wrote my three books last year, I had Change Your Life for Good, I had Imposter Syndrome Remedy, and also Fear is Not My Enemy. I wrote those three books, and I also had a full time job. And I also had a baby. I came back from maternity leave. I came back to work from maternity leave. And it was quite a busy time for us. So I was juggling work, I was juggling family life. My family's in the Philippines. Well, my parents are in the Philippines, but my other family members are in Saudi Arabia and LA. So here in the UK, I'm based in the UK, it's just me and my husband. And we had to juggle work and family life. And people were asking me, how on earth did I find, the time to write and publish my books? I wrote three books. How did you do it? How did you find the time? And it's really quite simple. And this is what we are going to talk about live here today. So, first secret, it's really about making the commitment, right, to write your book. It's not about wishing that you can write a book. It's not about, oh, I hope I can write a book. It's not about hoping. It's actually making that solid commitment to write your book. Okay? And when you make that commitment, you need to make that conscious decision to write your book. You don't just wish for it, you actually make it happen. So in my case, I made that conscious decision. I said, okay, I'm going to write a book, but where am I going to find the time? I'm so busy. And our schedule looks something like this. We would wake up at 8 in the morning, get ready for work, get ready for nursery. We take our son to the nursery, drop him off there. We go to work. We pick him up at 6 at night. We go home, and by the time we get home, we're absolutely tired. We're absolutely exhausted, and we spend the rest of the night getting ready for bed. Obviously we prepare dinner. We have dinner. We have a shower, brush our teeth, go to sleep. So where's the time to write the book? And here's the secret. I actually looked at my schedule and looked for where can I fit in this busy, hectic schedule, where can I find the time? And you know where I found the time? I actually found it just before my son woke up in the morning. So he wakes up at 8 in the morning, and I've decided to wake up 2 hours before he does. So I've decided to wake up at 6 in the morning and have that solid 2 hours in the morning from 6 until 8, Monday to Friday, just me and my book, just writing. 2 hours, Monday to Friday. I have 10 hours a week to write a book. Okay, I sleep in during the weekend because I'm exhausted, during the weekday. So I need to have my rest in the weekend. But from 6 until 8, from Monday to Friday, I have those 2 solid hours to write my book. So it's fantastic. If you are saying to yourself that no, you don't have time, I cannot write my book. It's not about you don't have time. You have time, but it's a matter of making that commitment to write your book and choosing to write your book when you find the time in your calendar. So in my case, it's the 6 to 8 in the morning, Monday to Friday, And that's it. That's all I needed. I had 10 hours a week to write my book. It took me, yeah, about 10 hours to write a chapter. So it was taking me 1 week to write a chapter. My books, normally they have about 6 to 7 chapters. And, it would take me a month and a half to 2 months to write the first draft, and another month to publish, to style my book and prepare it for publication. So that's it. It's all about finding the time, and once you find the time, make the commitment to write the book during that allocated time. So that's the first secret, is make a commitment, make a conscious decision on, make a conscious decision to write a book. And once you've made that decision, you stick to it, basically. So that's the first secret. The second secret is, once you find that time, you need to make it consistent, right? So if you've decided to write a book, make it consistent. You don't just say, "Oh, okay, I feel like writing now, so I'll write now," or we'll see if I find time tomorrow. So maybe I'll do it tomorrow. No, it has to be consistent. If you are saying that you are going to write your book at this time, at this day, make it consistent. In my case, it was Monday to Friday from 6 to 8, undistracted, solid time just for me and my book and nothing else. And at first, you might find it difficult. It does take a bit of discipline to get started. But once you get started and once you make it part of your routine, then it becomes easier, because it's not something that it's not something that you just think about and I feel like doing it. It becomes regular. It becomes part of your routine, and it becomes easier eventually. So that's it. The first one, make a commitment, make a conscious decision to write your book. And the second secret is consistency. You have the solid block time to write your book. And for example, in your case, it might be that you have 1 hour on Monday, and you found maybe 1 hour on Wednesday, and maybe you found 2 or 3 hours on Saturday. Whatever it is, block that time, make it solid. Don't do anything else but your book. And it's only going to take you maybe 6 to 8 weeks of that time to get it done. And once it's done, it's done. Once it's published, it's out. And then you can resume with whatever it is that you're doing. I know, for example, in the Philippines, there are a lot of people who spend a lot of time watching teleseries at night. So they would spend like an hour or maybe even 2 hours watching their teleseries or game shows or whatever. If you want to write a book, you can actually sacrifice an hour each day. Instead of watching your teleserie, you can use that time to write your book instead. So don't say that you don't have time. It is you making a decision, making a conscious decision on how to use your time. And if you choose to write a book, make it solid, consistent, undistracted until you get it done. All right? So those are my two tips. First is commitment, second is consistency. The third secret, and I don't mean to sound a bit woo-woo about this, but it's all about having a sense of purpose, right? If you have a clear reason why you are writing your book, it actually will help to drive you forward. It will help you to stay motivated, even if it gets difficult at times. So, for example, in my case, the reason why I wrote my books is because I have this lots of experience and many years of experience as a psychologist. I've been studying psychology for 20 years, and I feel that I already know so much in this topic. But okay, I've been writing research papers, I've been writing book chapters, and I've even written a textbook before I started my self publishing journey. I'm an experienced writer, but it felt as if I'm not reaching enough people. I'm not helping enough people through that route. So I really felt the strong need to make use of what I know to make use of my experience and expertise in psychology to help those people who may be experiencing depression or anxiety. Maybe they are experiencing so much fear in their lives, and I have that knowledge and experience, and it's not fair for me to just hold on to it. I felt this strong need, this sense of purpose, that I have to write my books because there are people who will benefit from what I know. There are people who will benefit from my books if I teach them, proven strategies in psychology on how to manage their anxiety or how they can change their life for the better. Then that's a really good reason why I should write my books. So that's it. I anchored myself into that purpose. I had this strong sense of purpose, and that drove me forward. I mean, I may be busy, but writing my books became one of my top priorities because I know that there's so many people out there who would benefit from my books. And so that's what I did, and I made it happen last year. 3 number one best-selling books on Amazon. So I hope you found that useful. So if I could just summarize it, just 3 things. First is commitment. If you want to write a book, don't say, "Oh, I hope I would be able to write my book." Don't hope, do it. You have to make it happen. You need to make a conscious decision to write your book, and you need to make a conscious decision on how you spend your time. You have time, but it is your choice on how you're going to spend that time. So make a commitment to write your book. Second, you have to make it consistent. If you choose to spend every Monday from 6 to 8, in my case, every Monday to Friday from 6 to 8 writing my book. And for some people, maybe they just have the weekend, maybe they have 2 or 3 hours in the weekend to write their books. That's fine too. But make it consistent, make it solid, undistracted. Don't do anything else. Don't check social media, don't check your emails, don't do any other projects. Just dedicate that time, block that time just for your book. So, commitment, consistency, and finally, always remember your purpose. Have a strong sense of purpose and let that purpose drive you forward. Whether your purpose is to write a book because you have this sense that you have to serve people, something, you have all this knowledge and experience that people could benefit from, and writing a book, you could share it with them. That's a really purpose. Or maybe you want to write a book because it will help you to grow your business, it will help you to grow your brand. That's a good purpose too. Or maybe you want to write a book because you want to generate another income stream for your family. That's okay too. But always remember what your purpose is. Have a really clear why, and let that purpose drive you forward, and always remind yourself why you're writing your book. So that's it for today's session. I'm really sorry that I came in late, and I'm gonna look for tutorials on how to run Facebook Lives. I messed it up at the start today. I really do apologize, but hopefully it will run more smoothly tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to cover some of my secrets on how I learned to self-publish my own books. As I've mentioned, I'm an academic. I've published my articles and books in the past with a traditional publisher, but how did I learn how to do it myself? How did I learn how to self-publish my own work? So that's something that we will cover tomorrow. Same time, same place, here in Self-Publishing Made Simple. In the meantime, I hope you found it valuable. And if you feel that someone else will find value by tuning in to these Facebook Live sessions, then please feel free to share it. And hopefully, I would encourage people and inspire people to write and publish their own books. So that's it from me for now, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye.